little me.
Hey guys,
I'm your host Angel.
and I'm your host Paige,
And
this
this
is the Dear Little Me podcast. It's always so awkward saying that part.
On today's episode of the podcast, we wanted to do a little get to know us segment because I feel like we didn't spend too much time in the first episode of like talking about ourselves and having you guys like know who we are, I guess, as your hosts of this podcast. So we wanted to spend an entire episode basically surrounding who we are and what we're about. So we asked on the Dear Little Me podcast Instagram, we'll insert the @ here. We asked you guys to ask us questions, no limits, just ask away anything you want to know about us. And we got a few questions, so that's what we're going to go over in the first part of the episode. Should I just get into it?
Yeah, let's get right into it.
Okay. The first question is, what gave you the idea to start the podcast? We kind of discussed this a little bit in the first episode, but to get like more into it.
That would be like spilling too much. So back in 2018, I actually had a Demi Lovato podcast called the Days Like This podcast, and it was kind of short-lived, and I ended up recently really starting missing podcasting. I listen to podcasts all the time. So Angel has so many of them, so I figured why not add one more to your roster.
So the next question is, if you could have one trip with Demi, where would it be and why? I think that I would want to go somewhere like tropical.
Because why not?
Yeah, why not? I don't know. And Demi's like rich, so they could pay for it. So if I could go anywhere, I would want to go to like Aruba or the Bahamas, somewhere with like palm trees.
Yeah.
And just to like take selfies.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe what about Spain? Because we've just watched The Cheetah Girls too, so let's go to Spain, Demi.
Yeah. We actually got like 3 different variants of this question. Was there any point that in time that you questioned being a Demi stan, or that you wanted to unstan different variants of that question? Do you want to start?
Yeah, so I can't think of a time where I really was like, fuck this bitch, or whatever, but like, there's times where I feel like I've stepped away a little bit, and just kind of distanced myself, but I just always come back. I think it's just because it feels like home to me.
For me, it was the whole Israel versus Palestine ordeal. That was like, I feel like they didn't have ill intentions with what they were saying or doing with the situation, but they definitely could have listened to fans more when fans were like sliding in their DMs, like saying like this is wrong, and like trying to educate them. Demi could have definitely been more receptive to it.
Did Demi say any respond
no,
back?
never
Just
said
ignored?
anything.
Yeah.
So I think at that point I was thinking about like not unstanding completely, but like just kind of distancing myself a little bit, because it was an ignorant move on Demi's part. But you know, everyone makes mistakes, and even though it was a stupid mistake that they made, I forgive them nonetheless. I guess.
I don't know. It's hard to like walk away from something you've known for so long, I guess. Like being a part of the fandom and just standing Demi in general. It's like, what do? Do you throw away all the CDs? Like when you unstand? Like what do you do when you unstand? You just, I guess, I don't know.
I know certain LOVATICs that did unstand at that time, and
are they back?
And I'm not sure. There's certain ones that like I haven't seen since that point, but other ones have come back and been like, okay, like it was whatever. But I can never imagine myself like not listening to Demi's music and not being excited for releases and things like that. Like I just can't imagine a life without Demi.
Yeah, but I think we both acknowledge that was not the best move on Demi's part.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Next few questions are favorite songs from all of Demi's albums. So, favorite song from Dancing with the Devil?
Carefully.
Favorite song from Here We Go Again?
Oh my god, I'm like blanking. Catch Me?
Got Dynamite. Favorite song from Don't Forget?
Get Back.
I was gonna say Get Back also. Yeah. Favorite song from Tell Me You Love Me?
Oh man. Hitchhiker.
Lonely.
What does like Smoke and Mirrors and Ready For You count? Because it would be Ready For You.
Mine's Lonely. Between Lonely and Cry Baby. Favorite song from Unbroken?
Oh god, favorite song. I can't even. Hold on a second. CD over here. I'm like spacing out. Oh my goodness. Okay. Fix a Heart. Or My Love Is Like a Star.
My Love's Like a Star is mine.
Yeah.
Favorite song from Confident.
I gotta grab the CD. I should have brought them over here. Favorites. Oh, duh. Oh my God. What am I? My all-time favorite For You. Oh my God. Now I'm just being dramatic. Going around and grabbing the CDs here. Oh my God, it's cracked.
Oh, it is cracked. Stone Cold.
Oh, Stone Cold's so good. But For You is my all-time favorite Demi song. And I'm sure we were asked that question.
Yeah. Favorite song from the Demi album. Mine is Warrior.
Heart Attack.
Concentrator, Hitchhiker.
Hitchhiker.
Hitchhiker. What is the first song from Demi you ever listened to? Mine was Skyscraper.
First song I ever heard, like, from, does the one count from As the Bell Rings? Because I remember that song. Shadow, I think it's called. But first, like, real song, I guess, would be Camp Rock songs. This is me.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Who Will I Be?
Yeah. And favorite Demi album of all time?
I don't know. I'm so torn.
Mine would probably be this one, Dancing with the Devil. Or between this one and Tell Me You Love Me.
I think mine is probably the Demi album. And I always say this because I know, like, within the fandom, that's not Demi's most popular album, but it just brings me back to a really great time in my life. I always say this. It just brings me back to so many memories. So, yeah, I'm going to go with the Demi album, and I don't care what you have to say about it.
The last and final question we're going to answer is, when did you guys decide you wanted to meet for the first time? So we both were in the LOVATIC Beach House. If you guys aren't familiar with that, we'll put a link down below for you, those of you watching on YouTube.
Let's sum it up.
Yes.
What it was.
To sum up, it was nine of us.
Like
10.
13.
13?
I believe so. I gotta like count, but I know it's more than 10 because Josh was there.
Oh yeah, for counting like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so
I thought we were counting just the LOVATICs.
A bunch of LOVATICs.
Yeah, so a bunch of LOVATICs stayed in one house in Atlantic City. It was right after Demi was supposed to perform in Atlantic City. Mm-hmm. It was right after the overdose happened. And basically we all got the beach house together in preparation for the concert, but even though the concert didn't happen, we still decided to all go and meet up and do the Robotic Meetup. Which
we also have a video of too, so if you want to see all those vlogs. Angel has some on her channel, I have a few on my channel, so we'll have it all linked below if you want to have a little marathon, because they're really good. And I have to say, I say this all the time, and I really wish we had it. Like, we could have had a film crew come out and film that weekend. You guys,
it was like the Kardashians, but more dramatic.
Yes, and it's like could never expect that amount of entertainment between LOVATICs. It's crazy. It's so crazy. And I really wish I had more film from that weekend, because it was just like, you wouldn't even believe some of the stuff that happened. But that, I don't know if we'll ever talk about that in another video, but it was crazy. Yeah, we actually do have a story time of like some things that happened in the LOVATIC Beach House. If you want to go, it's on my channel. We'll link that down below. And that's just scraping the surface? Yeah, that's not even all of it. There's a lot. So yeah. And then those of you that were at the LOVATIC Meetup, if you want to, reminisce on old times, go ahead and watch those videos. We'll have them all linked down below. Yeah. So I feel like that's a good time to talk about the LOVATIC Meetup. We do a segment on the show, if this is your first time watching, even though this is only our second episode, called the Dear Little Me segment, where we do like throwback memories, just kind of discuss stuff from the past that happened within the fandom. So I think a good one to talk about is the LOVATIC Meetup. But you want to take it away? Yeah, so the LOVATIC Meetup was basically a bunch of LOVATICs came together. There had to be at least 100 of us. Like at one point, probably not all together at one point, but there was a lot of people coming and going. So there had to be at least 100 people that showed up in a general sense. Yeah. And we found this like stage in Atlanta. I'm not sure if it was a stage that Demi was supposed to perform on or what. No, I think theirs was on the beach. That's where Demi was performing. So it was close by. Yeah. So we found this like stage that was on the boardwalk, and all of us like we walked to it, and we basically put on a mini Demi concert with
all LOVATICs, and we were all singing the lyrics.
Somebody brought like an amp or something, and
yeah,
then
and a microphone.
So
yeah, so going off of that, so someone brought a microphone, and everyone was like taking turns, like I guess singing their favorite songs, like as like a solo, individual, or duet, or what have you. And I got dragged on Stan Twitter because apparently I was being an attention whore and stealing the mic from people, even though literally the only song that I sang was Lonely.
Lonely. Yeah.
Because it's my favorite song from the Tummy Lummy album.
Because you must have like, wasn't it like the song came on and you're like, oh, I have to sing this song, this is my favorite song, so somebody must have had the mic and you like took it from them, but I don't think you like pushed them over. And
yeah, I wasn't like
you push them over and punch them in the face.
Exactly, like it was really more of like a, hey, like, this is my favorite song, can I sing it? And like, whoever it was, I know who it was.
Oh, we'll have to tell me later.
Yeah, kind of like looked at me and was like, like just handing me the mic, like, okay, bitch, like go ahead.
Right.
And so I was able to. Long story short, I was able to sing Lonely, but then on Twitter there was a group chat.
Oh my god, I was so confused.
It was so chaotic. It was a whole group chat of, was it like, who was all in it? So it wasn't everyone that was at the meetup.
So I think the people that were in it were pretty much people that did attend. It wasn't everybody that was in the show, but there was like a lot of, I could think of a few people off the top of my head that were in the group chat.
Yeah.
But I don't remember why we had it or why we were continuing. Like I don't even know how the conversation was brought up. Like what was really said to start this conversation. Do you?
No, I'm not sure. I just remember like coming back after the meetup and like going on the group chat and everyone was like, Angel like is such an attention seeker. Like you stole the mic from person X, and it was just being like, yeah, Angel's a bitch. I don't think anyone said that.
No, oh my god, first of all, it's a microphone. Let's relax, take a deep breath, because it's gonna be okay.
I was called an attention seeker. I remember that very clearly because being an attention seeker is like, being called that is very like triggering for me. So I like distinctly remember being called an attention seeker by someone in the group, and that was just like a complete like, it, not like that it ruined the day for me, but it made me like kind of,
yeah, it did. Like I feel it was unnecessary, and I don't know why it needed to be brought up. Like I said, it's not like Angel caused physical harm to anybody. It was just like singing in a microphone, so that was dramatic. Yeah, but that's just like how Stan Twitter is. That's just how it is over there. I'm not a part of it anymore, but I know that like when I was, it's almost like, I don't know, I guess like if you're in drama or you're canceled like one time on there,
there's no coming back.
There's like no coming back. It messes with you. It messes with your head, and like, but then at the end of the day, you have to remember it's Twitter. You don't really know these people. Then there's plenty of people within the fandom who love and appreciate you. I don't know. It just isn't a good place, so I don't recommend. If you're wondering how it is.
Especially for like younger LOVATICs too, because I feel like there's just a bunch of trolls on Stan Twitter that like purposely are out to like get you and try and hurt you. So especially for younger LOVATICs, I would not recommend joining Stan Twitter because it can be ruthless on there, honestly. Like people have no filter, they don't care what they say, if it hurts your feelings or not. Like it's just very toxic.
Yeah. So I figured since you mentioned some hate that you've gotten, I could tell a story about something that I went through. So this was back in 2014. I remember this vividly because I was vlogging that day. So it's on my vlog channel. I'll have that link down below if you're curious, because I do like touch on it. But I remember being at the pool on vacation and going on my phone checking Demi Devotion and seeing that there's this person going on like through my comments responding to people on an account that's like my username, Demi Devotion something, I can't remember what it is, and they were like, this account is hacked, like follow me on this account, block this account. So they were trying to get like all my followers to block me, and they were saying that I was hacked. And I remember I made this video and I was like, I posted a quick video like, hey guys, this is Paige, I'm just letting you know Demi Devotion isn't hacked, and this account, like block this account. They literally, I kid you not, took that video, recorded it or saved it, and cut it so it made it sound like it said, hey guys, Demi Devotion is hacked. Like, I'm not even kidding. I can't make this up.
So all the work about and everything
Yes.
into that.
I know. And so that day was like, I remember like there was a hate account made that day. I'm assuming it was by the same person, and they like called me fat in it, and it was like super triggering for me. And then they later on messaged me. This is all vlogged, by the way, for proof. Like, can't make this up if I tried. They messaged me and they're like, oh, I did it because I knew that you would never let me co-own your account. And I was like, well, you didn't even ask me, first of all. But don't take it personal, but I wouldn't let anybody co-own the account. It all happened within a day. But this is a funny thing, and I was telling Angel, I was like, I gotta tell you this story. So, like I said, I was on vacation, and after we went to the pool, we went to dinner, and then we went to the water park, and I had posted about it on my Demi Devotion account, and I must have captioned it like heading to the water park or something, and it had to have been the same person, I think it was the hate account, commented on it and was like, I hope you drown, and I responded back, I was like, nope, still here. Like, it was, yeah, I mean, people are ruthless, and for what? For literally no reason. I think you gotta remind yourself that, I feel like a lot of people like deal with hate by being told like it's because the person has something going on in their life, that's why they're taking it out on you.
Yeah, and I think that's like the most bullshit excuse.
I do too, because I just feel like sometimes people are just assholes, right? And their life could be fine, but they just want to be an asshole, and that's just it's just that simple, period. So you guys really enjoyed the segment where we talked about the unreleased songs that Demi hasn't put out, but we've somehow found. And released. So we have a few on our list, and some of them are old, like 2 years old, but in case you guys don't know about them, we wanted to touch on them a little bit. So the first one is an older one. I think it came out in like 2019. I think that's when it was leaked, and that's the song Pattern. So I feel like it's a fun, catchy song. It's not my favorite out of the unreleased music, but it's definitely it's a fun one.
You want to say whether we think it should be scrapped or not? Whether it should have been scrapped or not? I think it should have been scrapped.
I do too.
I think it like deserved.
Yeah,
it
deserved it.
It deserved it. I'm saying I don't think it would have done well on any of the well, it was during Tell Me Love Me era, and I don't think it fit.
No, oh my god, no.
At all. So
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would like scrap that song.
Yeah.
We'll keep it in the trash. The other one we have here is Spotlight, and I really like this one. I absolutely love this. If you go back on some of my YouTube videos, I did that as my outro. Do you feel like that could have somehow been put into an album?
Maybe the deluxe version.
Yeah.
Of like an album,
yeah. I think that would be good. And then the last one we have is It's All Good, which was supposed to be on this album, or it probably in the album that was the old
Dancing with the Devil.
Yeah.
Before the Art of Starting Over.
Yeah. That one I really find catchy. I know a lot of people like are glad it wasn't on the album, but I feel like I don't know if it would have necessarily fit the vibe of this one at all. The vibe. We were like talking about how many times we said vibe. Well, mostly me in the last podcast. It's All Good probably would have fit on, I don't know, like the Demi album or Confident.
Yeah, I was gonna say Confident. It has confident vibes too.
Yeah.
Vibes. You're rubbing off on me. It has confident. What's another fucking word for vibe?
No, it's definitely I don't know another word. We're gonna go
confident era-esque.
Yeah, it gives me vibes. So that's it. That's all we can say about it, because it just is. It gives me like confident energy. Yeah, I think that one's a good one, and I listened to it on the occasion, and yeah, I gotta say that one's a good one.
Yeah.
So another thing that you guys said that you wanted us to talk about was Demi's show that's coming out called Hungry. So there isn't really much to talk about considering the show isn't out yet, but we do have a sex scene that we can talk about even though we haven't seen it.
Yeah, I'm very excited about this, especially after watching the Demi Lovato show, the episode with Lucy Hale, where Demi talked about like sex positivity and all of that. I know that they probably like struggle a lot with their gender identity and like with sex positivity and things like that. So I'm curious to see like how the sex scene, like, because they said that it made them feel really confident. So
yeah,
I'm curious to see.
I think that's why I'm excited to see it, not because it's like a sex scene with Demi Lovato, but I think it's because Demi was proud of it and like excited. So yeah, I'm excited to see that, and just the show in general, because I don't really know, I haven't seen too much about what it really is. Have you?
Yeah. No, not really.
I forgot, was it Teddy? Is Demi's name in it?
Yeah,
Teddy. So we have Sunny, Teddy,
Mitchie,
Mitchie, they're all E's.
Yeah.
And then Rosie. Rosie. We were just watching Princess Protection Program. We didn't finish it. We're like, let's go film the podcast. Well, I was like, okay, let's go film the podcast. We got a burst of energy.
Yeah.
We're running on like 3 hours of sleep.
Literally, all iced coffee. That's like 90% of
That's
our...
it. To end this podcast, we wanted to talk about our highs and lows. So...
I'll start. Okay, so it's a different low. My low for the week would be, I've been struggling a lot with my body image, like a lot. Like I have been struggling with food wise and like just not wanting to eat and like just like looking at myself in the mirror.
Can I
and
say
being,
that?
yeah.
I did notice.
Yeah, just like I like look at my thighs and I'm like, ew.
I'm gonna say you look incredible. And I'm not just saying that, you really do. You do.
Don't cry. Yeah, but I just like don't like the way that I look, so that's been my low for the week. Just being like down on myself and like, you know, wallowing in self-hatred, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then my high for the week, I would say my high would be how the reaction that we got to the first podcast, for sure. It definitely made me feel a lot better. Just seeing like how people reposting it and how excited they were about it, and all like me and Paige getting so excited about like all the views we were getting on YouTube and streams on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. You guys are all so amazing, and we just want to collectively thank you so much.
I know. My lows, I feel like when you're talking about that, I feel like I really resonate with your low, which sucks because it's not a fun thing. But yeah, because I was mentioning to Angel, like I felt super insecure in the first podcast episode that we filmed, just the way I looked. Like I normally don't like wearing short sleeves, so like I feel super comfortable right now. So it's just kind of, it's been a little rough. So I was putting myself down a lot. So that would probably be my low, is just like how much I was being hard on myself for no reason. Because then we get sweet comments like, oh, you guys are
so pretty.
Yeah, so
many people. Yeah.
Yeah, so just to let you guys know, little things like that can make anybody's day. So definitely just do a random act of kindness, give somebody a compliment, because it could really make their day. And my high would probably be, but I feel like I copied you with your low, so I can't copy you with your high. I would probably say the launch of this new launch on LOVATIC wear that I was nervous about. Every time I do launches, I get really nervous that they're not going to do well, and you guys always amaze me with everything and all the support and the love. So that would be my high. I usually after launches I feel depressed. We were talking about this because I feel like I am so high and then the excitement just like drops, but I feel like I'm good. Like I'm good.
Like a good plateau. I was going to ask you that.
Yeah, like I'm not feeling down. I mean, the weather could have been nicer today. My mood goes based off the weather, but that's pretty much it. That's all I got for the highs and lows this week.
Yeah. Over 100 streams on, well, collectively on all platforms, like close to 300 streams, and on YouTube we have probably close to 200 by now views on the YouTube video. And it's just crazy to think about, because like I get really discouraged like with my own podcast. I got really discouraged with it because I wasn't getting like that many views and things at first, but then like whenever we told people to follow my podcast page, I started getting more views.
Oh yeah.
So I also want to thank you guys, like personally from me, for supporting my other podcast, Break the Stigma podcast, because that means a lot to me. I get really down on myself about things like that, and like little things like the support means a lot.
Yeah, I feel like I could see like what you mean about, because I know how much work you put into it. So guys, if you haven't checked out her other podcasts, we'll have them linked below. It would mean so much to not only her but me, because I like to see my friends happy. So yes. Make sure you guys tune in next Sunday for another episode of the Dear Little Me podcast.
And thank you guys for tuning in for your weekly dose of Demi.
Did we say bye in it?
Bye!
Bye!
I'm sorry that it took so long, but baby, you're free.